So not too long ago, the government shut down. And here we are again. This is Rob from the Military Benefits channel presented by Master IT. And I kind of want to tell you how to prepare if there is a government shutdown and what you need to be doing right now, right now. Not too long ago, a lot of military members didn't know where their next paycheck was coming from. They didn't know what was going on. A lot of government employees got furloughed. A lot of people couldn't use their education benefits, and it was just, a really big mess, man. So by the end of this video, you will know exactly where things are right now, kind of what the history tells us about how bad it can actually get, and how this is going to affect you and your military education benefits specifically. And make sure that you're paying attention, because I'm going to tell you the one thing that actually protects you against all this stuff no matter what. So last time, the most recent shutdown was from October 1st to November 12th, 2025. It lasted for 43 days. And that was officially the longest government shutdown ever in history. Before, it was only 35 days. And it didn't really end because Congress was like, okay, yeah, we did it. It really ended after they pretty much just broke a deadlock and figured out how to get funding for the next couple months, right? So during those 43 days, a bunch of stuff was affected. Coast Guard members went without pay guarantees for a pretty good stretch. The Pentagon really had to scramble around to find emergency transfer funds to cover active duty military pay and fund a bunch of stuff, right? So where are things right now with this current government shutdown? As of right now, for fiscal year 2027, the funding bills that keep the government running, keep military pay running, keep the education benefits running are kind of stuck in Congress, right? So the military and veteran affairs bill, so it's specific called the Military Construction and Veteran Affairs Bill, did pass. It went through the House, went through the Senate, and it had a 400-15 vote, which is a really good sign. But the Senate hasn't really enacted this version yet, right? So for several other funding bills are kind of still stuck in limbo. So Congress has to get all this stuff resolved before the fiscal year ends September 30th. The same deadline that triggered last year's shutdown. So this isn't a speculation. This isn't fear mongering. It's America, so they're going to figure it out. But it's the same thing. They fucked up everything the last time, right? So I'm hoping that this year isn't a repeat of last year. Now, since we talk about military benefits specifically on this channel, I kind of want to tell you what the government shutdown would do to your education benefits specifically. And this is what pretty much nobody is really talking about, seems like. During the last shutdown, tuition assistance, credentialing assistance, Air Force school, all that shit was postponed and paused. Nobody could request any type of funding, right? So if you already had your stuff approved, then you were good to go. But if you had not went through the process already, you couldn't do it. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that was already approved, those requests just got canceled anyway, right? Those cancellations was happening daily without any notice. And the mess up thing is that funding, it doesn't roll over. It's not going to come back. So if you lost that funding, if you weren't able to use that funding for that year, you weren't going to get it back, right? Also, might see, which is now called SpouseWorks, which is a program that allows military spouses, active military spouses, to get tech certifications, go through training companies like Master IT to get their education paid for. They completely stopped it altogether. It was over with. They did not care. And it was the day that the shutdown began, they cut that off, right? Only spouses that were already approved before the cutoff could actually continue to go to class and do all the other stuff. Even the most untouchable thing, the GI Bill, which is technically protected underneath all types of clauses and laws and statutes, blah, 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 they saw real problems too. The GI Bill hotline and school certifying official hotline was shut down completely. So if you needed any help, any assistance, you wasn't about to get it. None at all. And the people that were already approved, already going to school, some of them didn't even get their tuition payments and stuff like that. So when the government shuts down, TA is paused, CA is paused, Air Force schools is paused. Everything is paused. And pretty much everything auto cancels if it wasn't already approved. Also, the funding that you have, right? If it rolls over into the next fiscal year, you lose the funding from the previous year. So let's kind of talk about what you need to be doing right now and what protects you. We all know we cannot control what the government does. We cannot control what Congress does. We can't control the future, right? That's completely out of our hands. What you can control is, what you're doing, why the government is not shut down, right? And what you can do with your pay. Having a real savings, just in case things get weird, having a little nest egg and making sure that you use your educational benefits right now. Don't wait. As soon as they become available, start using. So when the faucet is on, you need to put your goddamn cup underneath there and take you a sip. Instead of just waiting and hoping, that nothing happens before, time comes, it's worth knowing that, roughly a quarter to a third of service members are only one or two missed paychecks away from like having a real goddamn problem. So make sure that you're getting your education, using that money, which is going to get you some more money when you transition. And like I said, saving, staying away from the PX, staying away from car dealerships, and just, not doing things that's going to set you back. Right. So long story short, I want to tell you just a few different things that kind of stood out to me. It's estimated that 1 in 4 service members are 1 or 2 paychecks away from like financial distress, right? If you lock in TA, CA, and spouse works right now, that's going to protect you from if the government shut down, anything happen. And spouse works is $4,500. TA is $4,000. CA is $2,000. So that's almost 10 grand, over 10 grand of $10,500 to be exact, of funding that you could be. No, yes, that is. I'm good. I went to public school, but that I did the math right. So 10,500 you could possibly be leaving on the table, right? So this is exactly why this channel was created. This is exactly why I push you guys to use your education benefits right now while the funding is good, while it's flowing, and so you can do what you need to do. If you've never heard of me, never seen me, I'm Rob from pasttechsearch.com and Master IT, which is a training company that is partnered with the Army, the Air Force, and military spouses, where we allow you to join our training company and get trained for tech certifications for no out-of-pocket costs. I'll put the link in the description. It'll tell you a lot more about us, what we do, and how to get started. Other than that, thank you for your service, and I'll see you in class.